welcome back to We Are Bruisers.
Extended delay.
Sabbatical or
Hiatus.
what have you, yes.
Moratorium on awesome gaming.
This is Omega Warzard. As you can see my name on the screen there. Joined by
Bruising's ex-Superman.
Do you want me to put your name on?
Yeah. You can just call it Super Bruise. Exceptional power.
Well, how about I just call your leftover asses?
That has nothing to do with anything. Vulgar. In peace amongst men. Oh.
Bruising's ex-Superman.
That's right. Not to be confused with the last guy who was guesting on the show.
Oh, as I mentioned to my guest here, trying something very ambitious. Separate systems, streaming, split screen at the same time.
It's quite too hard for this.
Theoretically. It requires two, So, anyway.
So wait, are we playing two different games?
We're playing a single title, but we're playing it separately.
Oh, it's like we have two systems that we're playing two-player online, except we're sitting next to each other.
Yes. I mean, it's like playing any handheld PSP or DS, whatever game, with another person that also has that handheld. But I've managed to configure it so that both screens are going in the single screen. So that viewers can watch us both playing at the same time.
And as far as our viewers know, we may or may not be sitting next to each other right now. We could be across the country from each other, right?
I wouldn't know how to do that, but maybe.
The natural state of man is that of war. Man and man cannot have peace, but only war. The state of man on man.
That's it.
Is that what it was trying to tell us?
Anyway.
Is that what Immanuel Kant was guessing by that quote?
This is Metal Gear Solid Peace Walker, which was
This is just one song.
one released after Metal Gear Solid 4, before the most
Basically, this is one song.
This is the co-op. Although, unfortunately, the first mission. Well, we'll both play through.
Would you say it's a run and gun style of play?
Not in my experience. In fact, subsequent installments since the first one has become increasingly less conducive to that style of play. But anyway, this first mission might not be that interesting, but maybe we can treat it as a race.
I'm already in. It looks like I'm winning the race. Uppercase, characters, numbers. Okay. Alright. Oh, you're already choosing your guy's name?
Oh yeah. Now
Wait. How come your screen looks different from my screen?
I am playing on an actual PSP, whereas Bruising Like Superman is playing on the PlayStation TV, which is the
No! It said uppercase,
yeah.
but it showed lowercase. Then it gave me upper anyway. What about Bruising's F's me?
You're playing on the PlayStation TV, which was a somewhat obscure version of the PS Vita that connects to the television. And also, I've played just about every Metal Gear Solid prior to this one, so you could say I'm quite a seasoned veteran. Whereas my guest here,
distinguished gentleman,
struggling to enter his name.
I succeeded
He
in entering his name.
I do believe this is your first Metal Gear, correct?
Third.
I don't think that's correct.
Does that include emulations of the NES titles?
Even if you did play those, you did not complete them, surely.
Complete? In what sense of the word?
Meaning make past the first few minutes, seconds.
I recall that I played through the section of Metal Gear Solid where you had to press one of the buttons over and over really, really quickly to save Meryl's life, and because you couldn't do it fast enough to save her life, and then she kept dying. I recalled that your game pretty much ended there, and I was the only reason you were able to save her life. As I recall.
That was an extremely difficult section.
And only the hardest of the hardcore can pass it successfully. Is what my distinguished colleague here is appearing to be saying.
I required no help on the Twin Snakes version, though.
Oh, come on. The child version of the game? Come on. The Nintendo version?
This is not a skill to press a single button repeatedly, very quickly.
Pretty much the hardest skill to acquire.
So, as you may see from the image here, the PSP did not have two sticks. You're gonna have to use the face buttons as your second stick.
Which face?
Well, the triangle will be like your up on the right stick, and so on and so forth.
A two-stick game. Can this game be played with just two joysticks? What is the meaning of these three types of control configs?
They changed the controls around. I just picked the defaults.
Default was shooter type.
Yes.
Which involved using the D-pad to do actions and such.
Yeah, you have to use the stick, the nubbin below it, or actually you actually have a stick to move.
The nubbin? What the hell is a nubbin?
As you can see on the...
How can you move with the left hand and also try to do actions on the left hand?
I mean, those won't be shooting. The triggers are for shooting and stuff.
Well, wouldn't I want to move with the left hand and do actions with my right thumb? In the action type?
Then how do you move the camera? Oh, you see, this way you have the camera and the move on the same side. That's basically unbearable, I would think.
Why can't we use the right stick for the camera moves?
Because the PSP did not have a right stick. This is a PSP game.
I'm a hunter type, though, aren't I?
Since when?
Since I started playing this game. Shooter type, huh? Did you equip or unequip anything?
I don't think that's an option yet.
Confusing from the beginning. Bruisehound has completed the mission.
It hasn't even begun yet.
It says completed. The mission was saving the game.
Alright.
Memory stick, huh? Is there a memory stick in this thing?
Yes.
This is an obsolete technology, so So I would think. So a couple of generic screens explaining that if you take a memory stick out while saving, you may lose your save and possibly even destroy the system, right?
Yes.
This is standard boilerplate, everybody. No need to get alarmed. That's not something that has ever happened in my experience. Though my colleague may have lost a few games.
But,
Big Boss?
who was the boss?
Is that really a name? The Boss.
Is Big Boss a name?
Why did she defect? Why was she one of our heroes, and how come I've never heard of her? Is this fictional?
These games are, yes, a work of fiction.
Revisionist history, you might say. Anguish yearning. What this doesn't tell you is that they were lovers.
It went deeper than that.
How deep? How much deeper could it go?
That's all he said.
Oh, she was also his mother? Damn. That's deep. Happy Mother's Day, people. Happy Mother's Day, folks. This has just gone deep. Mother lovers.
We actually have a viewer. In fact, he's left several comments.
About?
His name is PHP Minor. Welcome to the stream. Says he tried to get someone to play this with him.
Minors. This is an R-rated broadcast. Snake on the loose. This game stars Ken Taylor, one of my favorite voice artists.
You don't know who that is.
Soldiers. This is 10 years after the events of that
I don't think you remember that quickly. They were title soldiers.
Boss!
Stars David Hayter, recently controversial.
Hey, boss! Wanna go around?
He did do that commercial, the Ford commercial. Presumably, like price Konami. Seems like he's alright then.
Look alive, ladies! The boss is gonna join us! Show him how it's done, boss!
Call me Big Boss.
Your first priority in enemy territory is knowing your surroundings. Your life depends on where you are looking and how fast you can identify your target. Therefore, you must first master moving your line of sight. To move your line of sight, use the camera buttons. Now, when I give you an order, look in that direction. Look up! Good! Look down!
So we're
Good.
playing at our own speed right now.
You should be familiar with the up and down camera buttons now. Press the action button if you're ready to move on. Okay! Next, we'll check your left and right. Look right! Good! Look left! Good! You should be familiar with the left and right camera buttons now. Press the action button if you're ready to move on. Okay! You can change the controls anytime in Options. Go with the method that works best for you. Next, I'll explain how to change stances. If you just stand there like an idiot in front of an enemy, you might as well kill yourself now! At times, you will need to get low to avoid detection. You have 3 stances: stand, crouch, and lying down. To change stances, use the crouch button. Tap the crouch button to change between standing and crouching. You can move in either stance. Hold the crouch button and keep it held to lie down. However, you cannot move while you are lying down. I'll say that again. You cannot move while lying down. Is that clear? Good! Next, we'll work on your movement. Use the analog stick to move around. Tilt it a little to walk slowly. Tilt it further to run. Decide which to use based on your situation. Remember that your footsteps are louder when running, making you easier to discover. Be careful!
Why does the boss have to listen to this stuff?
You could press the start button in tutorials. I don't know.
Good! Now we have rolling. Rolling is useful for knocking down enemies in your way, and for getting away when surrounded. You can also use it to jump over small ditches and other obstacles. To roll, tap the attack button while running. You got that? Tap the attack button while running! Don't forget it! Boss, roll by tapping the attack button while running with the analog stick.
The boss doesn't need your instructions. That's why he's the boss.
That's it! Next, I will explain how to attack without gunfire. You may run into an enemy unexpectedly. You may not have a weapon on you, or you may be out of ammo. You'll still need an effective attack strategy. One well-placed strike and the enemy won't know what hit him. To strike an enemy, press the attack button while standing still. On my command, press the attack button repeatedly and take down your opponent. Go!
I'm ready, boss.
Impressive, boss! Next, we're gonna practice using the stun rod. Hitting someone with the stun rod will shock them with 1.5 million volts. Anyone on the receiving end of that is guaranteed to be out cold. To use the stun rod, press the aim button to ready it, then press the attack button. You'll be glad to know we're using mock stun rods for this training session. When your partner attacks, make him believe it's the real deal. Prepare yourself for stun rod training. Go!
I'm ready, boss.
Impressive, boss! Now we'll move on to CQC. CQC, or Close Quarters Combat, refers to when engaging an enemy in battle at very close range. It is a quick and efficient way of eliminating a threat. There are various CQC techniques. We will go over each of them. Don't get cocky because you think you know them. This will be different from what you're used to. Pretend you are learning it for the first time. The first technique is throwing your opponent. To do this, position yourself near your opponent and press the attack button while you tilt the analog stick. Be sure to press the attack button when the icon appears. Now, wait for my command and throw your opponent. Go!
I'm ready, boss.
Throwing him.
Boss! You have to press the attack button as you tilt the analog stick. Impressive, boss! Next, I'm going to teach you how to restrain an opponent close to you. This is a cornerstone of CQC. Grab hold of an enemy, and the bastard's life is in your hands. What you do from there is up to you. Just know that if you restrain him for too long, the average person will most likely pass out. Something to keep in mind. Let's begin. To restrain your opponent, hold down the attack button while near them.
Okay.
Restrain your opponent on my command. Go!
I'm ready, boss.
Fine work, boss! Now we will throw your opponent after restraining them. To throw an enemy to the ground, press a direction on the analog stick when you have them restrained. Restrain your opponent and throw them on my command. Go!
I'm ready, boss.
Start talking. That is incorrect, boss! Start talking. To throw an enemy to the ground, press a direction on the analog stick when you have them restrained. Fine work, boss! Now we will try CQC against multiple enemy opponents. You can also take out a group of enemies by throwing an opponent you have restrained. First, restrain an opponent by pressing the attack button near them. Then tilt the analog stick to throw them. By tilting the analog stick toward other enemies, you can send your captive flying straight into them. On my command, restrain and then throw your opponent. Go!
I'm ready, boss.
Fine work, boss! Again! Go!
I'm ready, boss.
Fantastic! All right! Why don't we do something
Nailing it.
special since the boss is here? Anyone who feels like getting their ass kicked, step forward. Don't hold back,
You
boss.
mean to kill?
When you're surrounded by multiple enemies, you'll have to take them on one after the other. To do it, simply press the attack button again while throwing the current enemy. Just be sure to wait for the icon to appear. Go!
Just to wait for icons to appear.
I'm ready,
before
boss.
people.
These are his own soldiers. You don't have to-
Boss! Press the attack button when the icon appears! Next! Boss! Press the attack button when the icon appears! Next! Boss! Press the attack button when the icon appears! I'll explain it again! When you're surrounded by multiple enemies, you'll have to take them on one after the other. To do it, simply press the attack button again while throwing the current enemy. Just be sure to wait for the icon to appear. Go!
I'm ready, boss. Boss! Press the attack button when the icon appears! Next! Boss! Press the attack button when the icon appears! Next! Boss! Press the attack button when the icon appears! Next! Boss! Press the attack button when the icon appears! Ah! Time to move on! And stop! That's it for today! Thank you, boss!
I did it.
Snake!
You said fantastic.
When did you press the button?
I never stopped pressing it.
What's going on, Kaz?
We've got guests.
Time to move.
Don't worry, it's not our friends from Langley. I brought him. Made sure we won't fall.
What part of town? What country?
Thank you, Big Boss.
Call me Snake.
Sorry, Vic Boss.
Listen up. For us, there is no victory.
But in revolution, doesn't one triumph or die?
Libertad o muerte. Who's that creep?
I feel like a new man. There's no coffee like Costa Rican coffee. So, what brings a distinguished scholar from Costa Rican government to Colombia?
Professor Galvez comes from Costa Rica's University for Peace.
You see, over the past year, there have been sightings of an armed group in Costa Rica. They're not ours, of course.
Costa Rica doesn't have an army.
Correct. Article 12 of our Constitution states that the Army as a permanent institution is abolished.
The peace constitution.
Who's Little Red Riding Hood, huh?
I think it's rebels who fled Nicaragua.
No, they don't appear to be guerrillas. They're far too organized.
What's your government's take?
The authorities in San Jose claim it's a multinational security firm, hired by the Development Corporation of Costa Rica. Lies, obviously. They're bringing in state-of-the-art weaponry and equipment by the shipload.
Yes.
Where'd they get that
Shipload.
kind of cash?
I fear La CIA may be involved.
La CIA?
The CIA.
As you both know, the United States views Central America as its backyard. Even after Cuba, we've managed to maintain a delicate balance with the U.S.
And your government can't just give them the boot.
We are not allowed to bear arms.
Who are you again? Why is there a girl?
Japan's constitution has something similar. Article 9. It says Japan renounces war and can maintain an army.
I understand that you and your men have neither state nor ideology. That you will fight any foe. Please, you must drive them out of our defenseless country. We come to you, the Militaires Sans Frontières.
So, you want to hire us?
Yes, as our deterrent. We
Mercenaries?
can't afford to pay much, it's true. But we can offer you this. A forward operating base. An offshore plant in the Caribbean.
Sounds pretty good to me. This place is becoming a mess anyway. Snake, we need someplace we can settle down.
The government's agreed to cooperate. Unofficially, of course.
A chopper for transport would be nice too.
I'll see what I can do.
Hold it. You seem to think we're just a pack of dogs of war. Is that right?
Yes, that's what I've heard. You're an army without a
Kill
state.
this guy, Snake.
No. We've only left our countries behind.
Please, you must help us.
If your suspicions are true, force isn't gonna do any good. You'll have to find a political solution.
The government's hands are tied.
Go back to your bosses in San Jose. Tell them if they want, I'll introduce them to a negotiator I know.
Time for negotiating is past.
No. I'm not here on their behalf.
So, what are you doing here?
For over 20 years, I've preached the virtues of peace at multiple universities. Tonight, I stand before you as an educator. This is my student. She came to me to study peace. Her name is Paz. Paz Ortega.
Paz. Peace.
No kidding. That's my name too. Kazuhira. It's Japanese for peace.
Please.
Pleased to meet you, Paz. Call me Kaz.
What a pervert, huh? She has no hands, right?
They've got a supply port north
Yo.
of Puerto Limon, a town in La
Oh, you
Costa
sound
del
like
Mar
perverts.
Caribe. A few days ago, Haas stumbled upon that facility while searching for a lost friend. She was captured. She's only a child, 16 years old. They did terrible things to her, but somehow she managed to escape. Oh, thank God. She's Huefana. Her mother died when she was small, and she lost her grandparents in the Civil War. She hates war with a passion like no other.
My name is Paz, and I will do anything to protect my namesake.
Anything?
It is my one and only purpose.
Doesn't have to be like that, dude.
Please, get them out of my country. Make them leave Costa Rica.
Sorry, kid.
We know who you are, Big Boss. That is why we've come to you.
Big Snake. Whatever that is. There is no peace, dude. It's gonna be war.
You can see her undergarments.
This is what they wanted? Jesus. I try to do that, but I'm not a pervert.
But you just say you tried.
Yeah, but I'm not a pervert, so I didn't.
You were stopped by your own morals.
That's right. Something you can't say.
Miller here. Do you copy, Snake?
No.
I see you've landed. That makes one giant leap for us.
Man.
I'm sending this from the offshore plant, our mother base. The signal is unidirectional. I'll be giving you commands and advice through this channel. Keep your headphones on at all times and pay attention. Also, make sure no one else can listen in.
How would I know?
Snake, are you clear on the controls?
No.
Take a minute to refresh your memory. Use the analog stick to
I'm
move.
already doing that.
Use the circle, X, triangle, and square buttons to change views.
Is that so?
To change your settings, use the start button to open the menu. There's no one around. Why not try some shooting practice? Select a target and squeeze off a round or two. Press the square and circle buttons, while holding the right button to switch weapons. Ready your weapon with the L button, then press the R button to fire. How about a little shooting practice? Try hitting a coconut.
Where would I find one? Where would I find a coconut?
Perfect. Oil drums, drift wells, buoys. There are plenty of targets around
This
here.
sucks. Why can't I just aim with the other stick, huh?
He's not aware of any other stick.
Huh. Let me show you my stick. You sure? Sure you don't want to see my stick?
Select equipment by pressing the square or circle buttons while holding the left button. To check your map, press the start button to open the menu. The M16 is a standard assault rifle, capable of rapid fire.
This is like flying a really awful airplane.
Perfect. That's right. Nicely done, boss. Perfect. That's right. Nicely done, boss.
I don't need to hear from you, Miller.
You should be able to take out that gate. Grenades explode. You throw them, Snake. Use the L button to ready throwing weapons. Once you've readied a weapon, throw with the R button. When using throwing weapons, hold the attack button down longer to throw farther. You won't throw the weapon until you let go of the button.
Use like the grenade. Ask Master Miller. I already accomplished it. Damn you. Take these.
Maybe I don't have the grenades yet?
They're nuts. Don't you think you can use a little more practice with these nuts?
That's it.
Looks like I've had enough practice.
Ah, a perfect target. Looks like you won't be the first to put some holes in it. Some peaceful paradise. That means you're not alone out there. The enemy could be near. Why not sharpen your skills here a bit before you bump into one of them? Press the select button to turn on auto
I'm out of here.
Press select again to turn it off. With auto aim, you'll lock onto enemies automatically. Only problem is, you can't target specific body parts. Auto aim effectiveness will vary from weapon to weapon. Not enough room, huh? We'll keep it here at the base.
This left is right, right is left thing is... I'm not
You can change that
enjoying that. How do you change that?
by going in the pause menu.
Pause.
I gotta thank you for agreeing to this,
I had to
Snake.
change my aim controls
Man, am I glad to be out of here.
to...
Finally, we can leave all that crap in San Geronimo behind. Break into the mercenary business for real.
Mercs.
Let me guess.
We believe in nothing.
You're doing it for her, aren't you? For her.
The boss. My mother and lover and beyond. She dead.
At his hand.
Yes, my hand. Yes.
What's wrong with you?
What's wrong with it? She was just a child.
Are they still here?
Come on, Snake. This could be good for us. They're willing to give us an offshore plant, a place we can finally put down some roots. This
What do
is
you
our
think they called
chance
it?
to expand MSF.
We don't need a place to stay, Kaz. We're nomads. We always will be.
What? You'd rather keep wandering from conflict to conflict? Tools in the hands of whoever's fighting at the time?
The second we settle down, who's to say we won't become the warmongers?
Listen to
were.
me, Snake.
Weren't they?
We're not mercenaries.
Yes.
We're not a foreign
They
legion.
became warmongers.
MSF's a business. A new kind of business.
Right.
Look,
This is how you
it's
justify
not like we're
yourself.
trying to start a war here. All we need to do is find out who this security company really is.
Come on, Kaz. It's pretty obvious that they're backed by the CIA.
Wait a sec. That would mean...
Our friend, the professor, is likely KGB.
Yep.
I see.
We'd be making an enemy of our homeland.
Homeland. Mine is
And there'd be
Kazuhira.
no turning back.
God, this damn thing won't light.
Huh?
Put on some coffee, Kaz. It's time for a little chat with the professor.
Robot hand. Robot hand, is it? The only weapon you can put in there is a lighter.
I was a heavy smoker.
He has 4 other fingers.
When I got my medal from the Secretary General,
I don't want to know.
he gave me this prosthetic hand as well. But smoking was ruining my lungs, so I quit. I've not had much use for it since.
CCCP, eh?
It's quite an honor to meet the legendary Big
I told you I
Boss.
was the big boss.
That's just a code name the CIA made up.
And perhaps I should call you John.
Snake.
I don't have a name.
John Snake.
You stopped using that code name you liked so much 10 years ago. What about you, comrade? What do they call you back at Center?
Well then,
The center.
allow me to get straight to the point.
What the hell? She's
Land as slim as a
messing
whip, hot as torture.
That's the Chilean poet, Neruda.
Central America is the navel of the American continents, bridging
Bit of a
north and
talky
south.
game, isn't it?
We want
Metal
this
Gear.
land. We'll build a socialist stronghold, then use it to split the Americas in two.
They already are.
America would lose its backyard.
And with it, its economic production, shipping lanes, and strategic value. We, on the other hand, would gain a base from which all of Latin America would be well within our reach.
You don't have an
He who
accent.
controls Central America will win this Cold War. First comes Nicaragua, toppling the pro-American
I mean,
Somoza
he's
regime.
A
In
Russian posing as
preparation,
a South
we've begun
American.
instigating anti-Somoza sentiment and providing
They're gonna
aid
lose
to
the
the
accent.
Sandinista National Liberation Front.
You're manipulating Sandinista into overthrowing Somoza for you.
The game is very political, huh?
After the revolution, Nicaragua will become a socialist state.
You think America's just gonna let that happen?
Certainly not. After all, the CIA is already here.
And that's the armed group inside Costa Rica.
Precisely. It's clear that they've been sent in to disrupt our efforts across the border in Nicaragua. Simply put, the army now stationed in Costa Rica is CIA capital. But it's more complex than that. The CIA's got something else planned as well.
What?
That is the million-dollar question. Big Boss, we want you and your unit to find the answer. Infiltrate and investigate the facility in La Costa, where Paz was imprisoned. Learn all you can of their operations. Then, drive them out of the country.
Did I betray my homeland?
You're asking us to settle a turf war between the KGB and the CIA.
What about her? That was all just an act?
I mean, she's wearing a business suit.
You mean her words about peace?
Under her Little Red Riding Hood get up.
She was captured, that much is true. But I've kept my KGB affiliation from her.
And you thought we'd fall for a sob story?
Yes.
No.
Didn't you?
I had good reason to bring her along.
Didn't you?
She managed to escape with her life, but her friend was not so lucky.
What does that mean?
Why were they attacked? I believe this will help explain. Perhaps they saw something they weren't supposed to.
Some... what?
Perhaps they heard
Flash
something
them?
they shouldn't have.
A cassette tape?
Paz took this during her escape. She says her friend happened to record it by accident.
What is that?
A portable stereo
Sony
cassette
Walkman.
player. The first of its kind.
Product placement?
Ah, I heard they were working on something like that in Japan. Didn't know you guys were
This
too.
is from Japan.
I believe what you're about to hear will help you understand.
This is from Japan.
What is that?
Monkeys?
A Quetzal?
The Phoenix bird.
Yes, exactly.
Paz's friend was researching birds. She went out into the jungle to record bird calls and stumbled upon this.
So? So what?
Why are you getting all agitated? Peeing? A peeing horse?
Now it gets interesting.
I need to get rid of it. I trace it back to its nest. You can't. The snake's too vicious. It's all... Many people... I trace it away. It will bite you unless you kill it. Go home.
Boss, voice print analysis confirms that this voice is indeed that of the legendary hero and criminal, the boss.
Yes. hero made up.
The other hasn't been identified. Female in her 30s with a British accent. The song playing in the background was a hit in 1973.
And now, forgotten rubbish.
Loyalty to your country or loyalty to me? Your country or your mentor? Your mission or your beliefs?
Yeah.
I
What did he choose? What did he ultimately choose?
am loyal to
Boss is
myself.
alive in Costa Rica.
You...
As I understand it, she was your commander, fought
think it went
by
deeper than
your
that,
side,
actually.
and that you killed her under orders from the CIA, thus surpassing her to become the hero known as
And
Big
criminals.
Boss.
That hasn't happened.
Really? Killed his own mentor.
Under orders.
She's still alive. You can't kill someone and then they just become alive.
What'll it be? Will you take
Why does this guy look like a pervert now?
Snake, it's gotta be a trap.
So
He
you
revealed
still
himself to
can't
be
turn your
KGB.
back on your country? Then I suppose you won't need this.
Your finger.
Wait! Snake? I'll do it for the girl. For Paz.
Okay. For peace, then.
Is that really his daughter by the boss? It wouldn't be surprising, right?
I guess not, but when would that have happened?
After he killed her.
Um,
Because he had shagged her right before he killed her, right?
no, that didn't happen.
She would be exactly this age, right? 10 years old.
And if he, well, first of all, we don't know what age that girl is.
Oh wait, she's 16, they said.
Exactly.
You've got to get past
You didn't
what's
even listen.
expected. Avoid combat whenever
Otherwise, somebody'd be a real pervert.
Avoid combat or engage in combat whenever possible. What did he say?
Avoid. Alright. I've been sitting on the screen for like last 10 minutes because I'm so far ahead of you, but
How's that?
because I
just
completed that
right?
training so quickly.
hide
You were
behind
way
stuff.
behind.
Take the long way around. Whatever it takes to stay out of
Can
sight.
I disengage
Your
him?
gun is a last resort. It could just as easily kill you as save you.
As mentioned, I've played many of these games. This is my co-host's first Metal Gear. I'm gonna advise you not to engage. It was not like other games you may have played.
Normal.
To press up against a wall, face it and hit the action button. From that position, you can press the L button to detect enemies. That also works while lying down. The indicator in the upper right serves as a compass and shows sound sources. Pay attention to your surroundings.
These control sticks I'm getting used to.
No kidding. I switched to the other kind where I use both left sides.
Keep your eye on what's left of your life gauge on the left of the screen. To the right of that, you'll see
And how
your
can you
sight
aim and move
gauge.
at the same time?
Exhausting it will inhibit your actions. Your life gauge will
don't.
recover with
I
time.
just alternate.
The sight gauge too. You'll
Damn.
recover faster crouching than standing up. Lying flat works even better.
Where are we supposed to go, Master Miller?
I'm almost at the end here, I think. So originally I was the main screen in the upper left, seeing as how I am the host of the show. But then I realized
When you clear the jungle,
the stream is only
you'll be
getting
there.
audio from
Head
the
east.
PSTV, which is what my co-host is playing on. So that's in the bottom right. I made that screen larger.
The percentage in the upper right is your camo index. The lower the number, the more easily you'll be
Just gotta
spotted.
sneak by that guy.
Conspicuous movements and loud noises will compromise your camo
Do
index.
not
Your
engage.
fatigues will act as camouflage.
Made it.
I was already there.
Stop rubbing.
What?
Stop rubbing it.
Stop. That's not happening. He's making it up.
I mean, you kept rubbing it in. Why?
Oh.
See, you admit you were doing it.
No, I was just pointing out that I had beaten you.
Stop rubbing it.
Nobody's rubbing anything.
Looks like you're inside the compound. Security is tight. Stay
Why do I
sharp.
have credits right now? This makes no sense.
Alright, this is gonna be a little trickier.
Not really.
Try not to die.
Not for a boss.
I know you've never played these types of games before.
Maybe you've never played with yourself before.
No comment.
That means you have.
What is your point?
He's like, where are you going with this? That's got nothing to do with anything. Can't move and crouch at the same time.
Crap, they're on me. Jesus.
This takes this extreme stealth. Maybe you wouldn't know what that is.
I made it.
Does it tell you where the goal is on the thing?
I don't know, but it's on second story there of that house.
A cardboard box? What are you gonna use that for?
You have to run up some stairs? Is that it?
Yeah, up that building.
Head for the building to the east. We need intel on that
You
base.
just gotta turn around first, right?
This viewer says to switch your weapon from the assault rifle. It will lower your, or I guess it'll raise your camo index. He's on you. He's gonna see you. What?
Look like a hillbilly to me.
What an idiot. This is where a guy spotted me, but he
You're
did
looking
not
for a
confirm.
two-story building to the east.
It's like that. Just go for it. You're almost there. To the left. Left.
Somebody there.
I mean, you can barely see which way you're going.
Yes.
How is this How is this game possible? Shouldn't there be like a top-down view or something?
I wish.
I mean, you can change the view, but it won't go that way.
Yes, sir, we broke him. We acquired the whereabouts of target 500.
Acknowledged. Spears are loaded. The barge is cleared Point Bravo.
Acknowledged. Out.
Crap, it's a quick time event.
You guys raise the alarm.
Freeze!
Couldn't really tell that because
Where's it
the way
headed? What is it?
it's raised, right?
Well, I wasn't even watching my screen. So.
What's up there?
Kill him! Chopsticks. Stun rod. We broke him. What's with this guy's shinies?
This is Snake. Kaz, can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
Kaz
You
or
found a radio.
Kaz?
It's got a circuit that reverses the audio phase.
Let's switch frequencies from time to time, just to make sure we're not detected.
Switch household.
I found a map of their bases. The cargo's heading from the marshes west towards
Is this
Irasu.
cruise?
Nice going, boss.
Kaz, this place is full of film badges. Dozens of them.
Film badges? Like the ones used to measure radiation exposure?
The radio man was wearing one. And whoever he was talking to called the cargo spears.
Wait,
Missiles?
that would mean...
Nukes. They're bringing nukes into Costa Rica.
Holy Mother of God.
Do you think Peace Walker means like an armored walker? Like a Metal Gear?
But for peace, right?
No. It's ironic. What'd you get? I got the 7 health. Also got much experience. I got my clear time is 920. I got an A. I got clear rank of A. I got cutscene interaction bonus of 8. Huh. That's not very good. But we didn't know it was cutscenes. How is that not new? Enemies left near death. I should have left some near death.
I had a cutscene interaction bonus of 0. Because you know what happened is I finished that part so early, I just left it while the cutscene was playing and then watched you.
Each time it blinks, you're losing a point.
Yeah, so it was blinked like over and over again. I didn't realize. My clear time was 15:22 for some reason.
Mine was 920. What do you think of that?
It doesn't make sense as I seem to finish it much faster than you.
You took a long time in the tutorial.
How's that map, Snake?
I don't think I did.
Think you can use it?
It tells me where their bases are, but it's just a bunch of points.
these
No routes. I
drawings
need
of
better
us?
intel on the lay of the land.
Snake,
Rough sketches.
the professor
Why
said
is
he's
this
got the
sophisticated now?
Sandinistas on his side. Said you should get in touch with the FSL and Commandante.
Do they know they're backed by the KGB?
Nah. As far as they know, they're really fighting for the revolution. The KGB is staying behind the scenes. I'm not sure the Sandinistas are aware of what's really going on.
Still can't believe anybody would bring nukes here.
Yeah, that's a shocker. Costa Rica's party to the Tlatelolco Treaty, which declares Latin America a nuke-free zone. Based on Japan's 3 non-nuclear principles, it bans the testing, use, import, or deployment of nuclear weapons. If word of this gets out, Opinol will be forced to act. It'll cause an
What is
international
Opinol?
uproar.
The treaty was signed to prevent another Cuban Missile Crisis. If the U.S. itself is gonna scrap it,
Latin America is too close to spawning another Cuba or two already. the entire continent would become one big powder keg.
Well, if they did bring nukes, we can't let them get away with it.
Are they planning a test? Showing off? Or is it all to keep the anti-American movement in check?
Good question. Why bring them here? I can't figure it out.
Whatever the CIA's up to in Costa Rica, the professor wants it stopped. We need to find out what that something is.
We need to get ready first.
How many
guys.
viewers?
Repairs.
Working as fast as we can.
Boss.
This place is pretty
Possibly
big.
one.
Looks like hell. But as long as you're with us, we'll make it heaven. No one can bother us here. No state telling us what to do.
What will we call it?
This is the MSF's haven, our mother base. And with this foothold, we'll back you up even better than before.
And no one will ever be
We're
able
gonna
to
turn this
stop
pile
us.
of junk into something big.
And we will be invincible. See how he knows how quickly that happened? He went from hero to villain.
Anyway, my system crashed at some point, so we've completed the tutorial.
Now it's truly a co-op game.
Yeah.
Your system crashed. That happened?
Yeah.
It provides everything from staff-loving quarters to weapon and item R&D facilities. Did you just notice I got the love box earlier?
Yeah, I saw that.
Did you pick up that item?
No, I didn't need it.
And maybe that's why my completion rate was higher.
You didn't see my completion rate.
It was 5 out of 100. As far as I could tell.
So I believe it auto-saved. Maybe we can end the broadcast here.
Yes. Gimp it.
Okay, so that's it for today's episode.
This concludes the tutorial.
This may have been a bit too ambitious having the two screens. And anyway, I noticed that it's probably pretty hard to watch having two screens at the same time if they're not in sync, so
Recognize any of these mercs?
I might just do it one screen next time. We'll see. Either that or I'll have to try to work out some of these technical difficulties.
We're all named after animals, except Miller for some reason. What makes him special? His life is 7,000. Looks like I'll have to take him out. He'll probably be the enemy of this game. Never trust someone with that high of a life and power level. Never trust someone whose gimp level is over 7,000. Normal, unique. Is that what that means?
Oh yeah, Miller, I mean, he's a named character.
Whereas these peccaries can be replaced at any time, right? Cabbage white. What the hell does that even mean?
They're like all the various Proteuses in Final Fantasy Tactics. Generic guys with weird names.
Proteus. Proteus was like a Jacobo or something.
I think that was a monster name, but like
Wild bow.
sometimes you just get a bomb with the name Proteus. It's like really.
Why don't they just call you Bomb? Is this the like strategy part of the game? The RPG part?
Yeah. There was a bit of this in the last PSP game, Portable Ops. I think. I don't remember doing much with it.
Cabbage White says this mission's nothing I can do with my eyes closed. Peckery says kill him, let him live, it's up to you. This guy's apparently a retard.
That's not appropriate.
Are we still on air?
Yes.
Even though you said, but you said we have concluded this tutorial.
Yeah, but like, I don't have remote control. The
Jesus
computer's over there. I'd have to get up to terminate.
So you're a lazy ass.
So anyway, he did not say the thing, and so again, that concludes today's broadcast. If you want to see when we go live again, please follow this channel on Twitch, or follow me at Fraggin Civie on Twitter or wherever. Hopefully,
Use Fraggin Civie, or are you Omega Warzard? Or are you a bruiser?
all of the above.
Jesus.
Omega Warzard is my personal handle. Fraggin Civie is the name of my blog, Twitch channel, and
We Are Bruisers is the name of our...
the tentative name for our co-op broadcast.
Tentative? We've been using it for like 2 years.
Hasn't been that long. Alright.